Hey everyone, welcome back to MiniMStories. Today we're checking out something a little different for the medieval side of the city. The Reobrix Bistro. Yes, a bistro. Because when you think of knights, dragons, and castles, obviously what you need is somewhere fancy to sip your mead with a mushroom garnish. So, this set comes in at 2,831 pieces. It's available from Yumco and Reobrix, links in the description. And the set number is 66018. The instruction manual is pretty thick, like one of those medieval scrolls you'd need 2 squires to hold up. The instructions themselves are clear and detailed, even including the size of the pieces, so you don't mix them up. Honestly, that's a lifesaver, because nothing ruins a build faster than realizing you've put a 1x8 plate where a 1x10 should go. Now, a quick warning. This set comes with a lot of stickers, so sharpen your sticker applying skills, or just embrace the slightly crooked medieval look. Either works. On the table, the bistro is pretty massive, about 35 by 38 studs wide, and over 30 centimeters tall. Definitely not your standard Lego modular size. This one is going to stick out in the city like a tavern that overpaid on rent. The bistro looks fantastic. The Tudor-style walls, the red roof, the chunky chimney. All sides are fully finished, so it doesn't feel like one of those buildings that looks great in front but empty in the back. Down on the ground floor, you'll already notice some stickers. Mushrooms and pumpkins here and there, because apparently mushrooms and pumpkins are medieval decor now. There's a small area where your minifigs can enjoy their drinks. And a staircase leading up to the next floor. Yep, more stickers there too. More. The first floor is also interesting. Barrels. Lots of barrels. If you thought this was a bistro for fine dining, think again. This place runs on liquid courage. There's also a little balcony, and I love the black bone piece used as a door handle. That's the kind of detail that makes you smile while building. Now, the top floor. The roof mixes 2 shades of red, and yes, another sticker. This time it literally says beer. On the roof, facing the sky, which makes no sense at all. Unless, of course, it's for dragon riding heroes flying overhead who suddenly think, ah yes, let's stop here for a pint. The textures throughout are great. Stone at the base, wooden beams across the walls. It all comes together into a very warm and inviting vibe. The kind of cartoony medieval look, where you just have to surround it with minifigs. But let's peek inside, and things start to get strange. Starting at the attic, there's a sarcophagus. Yep, because every good bistro needs an ancient tomb. Hidden in the rafters, right? Nothing like ordering a plate of stew while wondering if a mummy will join you at the table. Below that, we've got a storage area packed with weapons, shields, helmets, axes, swords. So if the bar fight escalates, you know everyone's prepared. I did find a small mistake in the design here. 2 pieces were reversed. And no, it wasn't me messing up, I swear. It's in the manual. I corrected it so the parts now lock properly. Move across the attic and you'll find a small bedroom. A bed, a rug, a desk. and even a treasure map, which really raises questions. Is this a bistro, a medieval air B&B, or the hideout of a pirate accountant? Moving down another floor, things are minimal. On one side, you've got a little room with a table, 2 chairs, and a fireplace that's either cozy or dangerously oversized. Next door, a nearly empty bedroom with a box containing bread and a tiny chest with 2 cups. There's a shield on the wall, but overall, not much happening here. On the ground floor, we finally get the bar set up. Stools, mugs, and of course, the signature giant barrel in the corner. Next to it, a storage room crammed with bottles and more barrels. But some corners still feel empty, like they gave us the skeleton of a great set and left us to flesh it out with our own creativity. Now about the build itself. The instructions are easy to follow. Nice clear images, big steps, and the part sizes marked. That's super helpful when dealing with long plates. Part quality is pretty solid, but compared to Lego, Panacea, or Funhole, it's definitely a little rougher. Some pieces are stubborn. You'll need patience and strong thumbs. You know that moment when a plate just won't sit flush? Yeah, that happened more than once. But hey, maybe that's just a medieval realism. Floors weren't perfectly straight back then either. So what's the verdict? The exterior is a real winner. It looks fantastic next to other medieval builds and makes for a strong display piece. The interior, pretty bare bones. If you love customizing, this is a blank canvas ready for your imagination. If you prefer a fully furnished set straight out of the box, this might feel a little too empty. The parts quality is decent, but not premium. Expect a few stubborn connections, but for the price, it's still good value. At the end of the day, I'd say this is more of a display piece with potential. Out of the box, it already looks great from the outside, but if you're into modding or detailing interiors, it's basically an invitation to add your own personal touch. And that's the Reobrix Bistro. The links are in the description where you can pick it up. Available at Yumco and Reobrix. And don't forget, you can use my code MiniMStories for 10% off your order. If you enjoyed this review, please hit like, subscribe to MiniMStories, and let me know in the comments what you think of this set. I'll be making an episode with this building in Saint Brickerton, our growing medieval village. Thanks a lot for watching. Big hugs and happy building.